Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and got another unboxing to do. I don't know if I'm slowing down anytime soon, but I'm getting all the new gear lately. Really enjoying it. This is an exciting package. This is from my friends over at Protech Knives. I reached out to them as soon as I saw that the new Malibu was even becoming a thing. I reached out to them about it, and I knew from the pre-production ones that I preferred the Reverse Tanto blade shape to the Wharncliffe blade shape, but I wanted one so bad I almost just got one of the Wharncliffe ones when they dropped. I held out because I wanted to get the blade shape that I really wanted, and Protech was really cool. They worked with me to get, I'm not sure if retailers have the reverse Wharncliffe yet, but they let me get one from them kind of early. So I did still pay them for this knife. It's not that they sent it to me free and clear, so I want to be open about that. But this is the new blade shape for the Malibu, which I've only seen like one or two other people have so far, so I assume they're in a similar boat as me. But we are going to bust it open and we're going to check it out because I am pumped for this knife. As soon as I saw that the Malibu was coming out, I sold my mass drop, the Protech Mordax, which I loved. That was an awesome knife. One of the most fun knives to fidget with. Just an awesome button lock flipper. And I just, oh, that's funny. There's USPS in the FedEx. Yeah, I loved that knife. I just thought the design stuck out to me more on the Malibu. And so as soon as I saw it was coming, I sold that, and I have been waiting to replace it with this. So this will be my button lock Protech flipper that is in my collection now, because I feel like I ought to have one with how great that Mordax was. This I have very high expectations for. Ooh. All right, got some packing peanuts in here. Dump those out a little bit. And here we go. All right, in the box, we have the knife box. That's cool. They wrote me a little card. I'll dig into that after I open this up. And that's awesome. Got this gigantic Protech sticker. I think this model is the Godson, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't owned one, but I've seen them. Very cool, very cool. And I think there's more stickers in here. Hold on. Oh, there is. Goodness, there's a bunch of stuff in here. All right, so got two of these little Protech Knives stickers, which is great. I'll stick those on something. Another sticker and another sticker. So I've got 3 of their knives in sticker form now, which is awesome. Thank you so much to Protech for doing that. All right, let's see what we've got in here. So this is the Protech packaging. I think this is the same as what my Mordax was packaged in, except the slip on that one was a mass drop or a drop slip because it was a drop exclusive knife. But I love their new packaging. It's done really, really well. I'll go ahead and slide this sleeve off of here. And we've got a magnetic clasping box inside of that. Part of it is protected with foam, so the knife doesn't have a bunch of room to slam back and forth in the box. That's a good touch. And then the pouch that they put this in is really nice. It's like a microfiber feeling pouch. It's really soft and smooth. Got a drawstring with a clasp. It's branded Protech USA. Protech is actually not that far from me. I think their shop, if I was to drive there, is like 30 or 40 minutes, which makes sense. They sent this 2 days and it got here in 1 day. So this is what we have been waiting for. All right, Protech, caution, sharp edge, handle with care. And they mean it. Every knife from Protech I've ever owned, autos, manuals, whatever has come from them has been very sharp. They seem to know what they're doing when they put an edge on. Awesome. All right, so this is the Malibu. You'll notice already by just looking at the spine, this is a different blade shape than the Wharncliffe, and it looks great. I love that it's like this matte black handle. The anodizing on this aluminum, the way they do it is really, really nice because it feels smooth, like to the light touch, but when you're actually gripping down on it, it's not like a slick material where it's slippery. It does have a little bit of like a natural kind of texture to it. Yeah, this is finished really well. Centering is absolutely perfect out of the box. Laser etching looks gorgeous. Awesome. So instead of billboarding on the side of the blade on this model, they do it on the spine, which I adore. I think that's a great move. I'd much rather have the inscription of who made this and which one it is on the spine than on the side of the blade. They put CPM 20CV on the flipper tab, so I'll show you that. I don't know if that will show up at all. Probably not. But on the spine, it says Protech. And then if you'll notice, this one says Protech PR1 number 2. So I think that means I got number 2 of this knife. Unless number 2 means it's the second blade shape. I don't know. I will have to dig into it and find out if this is like model number 2 of PR1, whatever that means. What does the side of the box say? I'm going to be stoked if I got number 2. Yeah, I don't know. All right. I'm going to have to find out, but that's really cool if I got that low of a number. Let's see how it flips. It is what I expected. See how the action drops. Oh, almost all the way. Oh yeah. That is, so just like my Mordax, it's like this mechanical, all metal sounding and feeling, very snappy, crisp detent. Ooh, that is great. And this blade shape, I think, looks fantastic. I really dig this Reverse Tanto. It's kind of like a Wharncliffe. In fact, I'm sure other companies would call this a Wharncliffe, but compared to the other one's definitely more of a Wharncliffe. And yeah, if you look at it that way, if this was the edge, it'd be a Tanto. So it is a Reverse Tanto. Such a cool looking blade shape. It's funny, I didn't plan this, but the knife that I opened it up with is a Benchmade 940 that I'm currently kind of test driving, and it's also a Reverse Tanto, so that's cool. I like this a lot. Yeah, this is super sharp, very good edge. The grinds look perfectly even to me on first inspection. It's got a nice tip. The thickness of the blade stock makes a lot of sense to me. It's not too thick, not too thin. Doesn't feel super thin behind the edge, but it doesn't feel overly thick either. Feels like a pretty good, like rounded, well-rounded EDC thickness. Oh, that action is addicting. Oh man, I am so carrying this knife all day today and playing with it nonstop because that is so much fun. I love the way that they're able to take a button lock with a flipper and give it a proper detent. I haven't handled many button lock flippers other than the Mordax, which I own from Protech, but trying to think of what other ones would be. I know I've handled a couple like at knife shows and things, and in my experience, button locks with a flipper tab or even with thumb studs, or I don't think I've done any with a hole, but the detent is never this crisp on other manufacturers' button locks. It's just mind-blowingly crisp for being a button lock. And for a knife in general, this is a fantastically crisp detent. This is also smaller than the Mordax, which I quite like, because the Mordax, nothing wrong with it. I'm sure for most people it's a fantastic size, and for me it totally worked. But this as an EDC knife, which the way that I kind of view Protech, I wouldn't use any of their knives, frankly, unless maybe I got one of their fixed blades, which I think they make. I wouldn't use any of them as like a robust outdoor like beater bruiser knife, but for like solid EDC use, they're fantastic, especially like this one in 20 CV blade steel. This will be an excellent EDC knife. And this one, the size and profile, I haven't put it in pocket yet, obviously. You just saw me take it out of the box, but I imagine this is going to carry so much slimmer and more comfortably, and the ergos for my hand. The Mordax was not bad at all, but this, it feels like it's shaped for my hand on first impressions. This is really, really good. It's great in reverse grip. It's good in a draw cut. Hammer grip, obviously. Saber grip, fantastic. Reverse draw cut even is comfortable. Yeah, this is a fantastically shaped handle. I like this a lot. Awesome. Well, I apologize. I haven't been showing this to the camera that much, have I? I've been shows you how excited I am to have it. This is the Protech Malibu, specifically in the Reverse Tanto, which is brand new. And maybe I have number 2. We're gonna find out. But this is really, really cool. Whether it's a low number or not, I don't really care. This is a knife that I want regardless. My goodness, it's awesome. And it's good looking. I love when companies are able to take a design that's frankly fairly simple. Nothing about this knife is super out there or complex in terms of its design and aesthetics, but it looks to me like really classy the way they've got it all dialed in, and oh, I like it quite a lot. This is fantastic. Great, well, this is going right into my pocket today, and then pretty soon you will be seeing a first impressions from me on this model, and then ultimately a full review as well. So thank you so much for Protech for working with me to get one quick so that I could review it. I appreciate that. It does mean a lot that they're willing to help me out. I'm still a pretty small channel, so that means a lot. Speaking of which, the guys over at Protech, I've met Dave, I think 2 times now, both times at California Custom Knife Show, and just super nice, awesome guy, very easy to talk to, very kind. And then I've also got a buddy who works over there now, my friend Matt. Some of you may know him on Instagram as Cutting Edge Gear. He works over there, I think just part-time because he's a student, but he has nothing but good things to say about the company, and he's a devout knife guy and super into knives, probably even deeper than I am, if that's even possible. And he's somebody that I met because of knives like a couple of years ago now, and it's really cool to see a company like this filled with all the people that I've met there have been people that I like and respect, and they're doing good things. I think they have a hit on their hands with this, especially for people like me in California or in those states where we have to worry a little bit about carrying autos. This is a fantastic Protech knife, which frankly, I love Protech's autos, but knowing already from the Mordax and from feeling how much this is kind of the same in terms of the action, I would rather have this knife, even if it was totally legal for me to put this same knife in an automatic version in my pocket. I love having an action that does that. And having an auto where inherently you have to kind of push the blade shut is fine. It's super fun to deploy them, and I like autos in a lot of ways. I've owned plenty, I'm sure I'll own more, but it's not my favorite deployment method. Like, if I have one auto in my collection at a time, that's fine, but I could have a ton of knives that do this, and I won't get sick of them. It won't wear off on me how fun this is to do. So take all of that for what it's worth. This is I don't mean for this to be my full first impressions. I'll have a lot more to say about this tomorrow, I'm sure, but this is the Protech Malibu, and it's freaking sweet. So thanks again, Protech. I appreciate it.